Okay. My name's James Woollard, and I have the privilege of being the stadium announcer for Seattle Sounders FC. I grew up in England, and like everybody in England, kind of like a soccer fan from birth, really. Not really a die-hard fan, but when you grow up, soccer is kind of like part of your DNA. So I used to go to games when I was a kid, and of course always watched soccer on TV and things like that. I came to the United States in 2002, and I remember soccer it didn't seem to me huge at the time, although I know Sounders existed in some form or other. I went to the Celtic-Manchester United game at CenturyLink Field in 2003, and that was really fun and exciting. So that for me was great, coming from Britain where soccer is huge, and I realized, hey, there's definitely an interest in soccer here. So fast forward a little bit, I got into the voiceover industry when I came to this country, although my background is education. I work now as an administrator in a school, but I was a teacher then. But I got into the voiceover industry, and I actually did a voiceover job for a company called Victory Studios in Seattle. And it was actually recorded in a pub, kind of similar to this. They did a commercial for a product, I think it was Pacific Cod actually, kind of random product involving a bunch of British guys. I think that was about 2007, 2008 when I did that. And then in 2009, beginning of 2009, Seattle Sounders actually contacted me, and they said, and remember at that time Sounders was part of Seahawks. They were essentially one business organization. And they said, we're looking for a stadium announcer. We happen to work with Victory Studios. They're our go-to recording studio for work. We've seen you in this commercial that you made a couple of years ago, whatever. Would you be interested in coming in for an audition? So I went into Victory Studios. I remember auditioning, and I think they liked my voice, but at the particular time in my voiceover career, I don't think I was really ready for the job, and actually I didn't get the job as the PA at that time. But they said, we really like to use you still. We want somebody to do all the gate scripts, as you're lining up to buy tickets at a game. Would you be interested in that? And I said, of course, And then I got a chance to actually do a game in that first season. I think it was the Chivas game in September of that year. The regular guy couldn't do that game, so I came in, and that was my first exposure to actually doing the job live. And I'm pretty sure on reflection I didn't do an amazing job because, as I said, I was kind of new to the business, but it was good experience for me to do that. And then I got a call, I think it was like a week before the opening game of the 2011 season. I think we were opening against LA Galaxy, and they said, we would like you to be the PA for the Sounders. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then at the same time, I was like, yikes, I'm panicking because I have never really done this. I mean, I did my one game back in 2009, but that was a long time ago. And well, I think Seattle is a unique soccer culture. In fact, the Northwest is a unique soccer culture. Soccer has definitely taken off here in a way that you don't see anywhere else in the country. That's not to say there's not die-hard fans everywhere in the United States, but I think there seems to be a greater number here. Our heritage, our history here has been amazing. I mean, Sounders has been in existence for over 40 years in one form or other. So there's a lot of knowledge and understanding of the game here in Seattle, starting with kids who play in school, right up to older fans who are part of the Sounders organization, folks like Alan Hinton. So I definitely think what makes Seattle different is the knowledge and understanding of the game, but they're just passionate, We have some unique cultural things here. The March to the Match, which is really cool. You look at ECS. I have the privilege. I work in the southwest corner of the stadium, so I literally overlook ECS. and they actually remind me of European soccer fans. There's a rabidness, there's a passion there that you don't see, even in some other sports in this country. That it's pretty amazing. So it's really cool that I think Seattle has this soccer team. I think they thoroughly deserve it. I feel like some cities in America almost don't deserve a team, but Seattle fans, they love the Sounders, they love the players, they're knowledgeable, they're interested in the game. So for me, it actually kind of feels like, hey, I could be back in England, because in England, soccer or football as it's known there is the number one sport. So around here, although I would think still NFL football is still number one in Seattle, Sounders is a close second amongst the fans, and there's a great deal of knowledge and passion, which is really cool. So that's really my story, how I got to BPA.